Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm Emily Bowie. I'm an audio engineer in Nashville, Tennessee. If you think you might like to help this channel out, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It's totally free to do that. I also make educational videos that will help you along in your home audio engineering journey. I also provide downloadable templates and courses that you can find at my website, fairairmusic.com. Today's video is a first look at Wave's brand new plugin release, the Space Rider. Link to try that out for yourself is right there in the description. All right, y'all, first look at Wave's new plugin, Space Rider. And immediately, my mind goes to electric guitars. And since I've been mixing this song, this is an old home recording, home engineered song recorded in a spare bedroom, drum kit in a walk-in closet. If you've seen any of the previous videos, I've kind of been focusing on the song a little bit because I'm just trying to see if I can get it to sound as commercial as possible from a home engineered record. So we are well on our way of achieving that. And I've just been having a little bit of trouble with the guitars here. They're just sounding a little too narrow, a little too dry. There's just one electric guitar, double mic'd. I can't offhand remember what both mics were, but 99% sure that one of them was an SM57. Clean, a little bit distortion, or a little bit of drive. I think there was a pedal, but overall, I feel like I need something to spread out. And so I'm going to try it on there. Initially, I always have a widener on my electric guitars and really a lot of other things too. So that I can get a little bit of spread to that. I don't want for it to sound too much effect like, but I just want it to feel like it gets a little bit wider. And so I'm always sending that. I'll let you listen to what we've got so far, and then we're just going to play around with this plugin, see if it fits my needs, because I'm sure you're going to find all kinds of plugin reviews that will tell you what each and every button does. This is the chorus. This is the delay, reverb. We have a mix knob. So I don't do those things. You can find thousands of videos that go through every single button, but we're going to try to find practical uses from new plugin releases and see if they fit a need. And I have a need, so I'm going to try to fulfill that with this plugin. The need is to spread the guitars out, make them sound a little bit wider. And so right now, let's make sure we have this in bypass. This is what they sound like.
Later on, I walked down the stairs, met a man in a barroom chair. She was up in her room, blackened in her hair. And he was getting drunk in the early hours of the AM. I could tell that he really didn't care what I thought of him. We had a conversation about the revolution.
So they play throughout pretty much the entire thing. It's a really cool melody, a really good guitar player on that. Some unique things, some vintage things going on. So I just want to see if I can get that to sound a little wider. And as you can tell, they didn't sound that wide. I don't necessarily want too much effect to it, but we'll see. Maybe we do like it. I don't know. So let's go ahead and pop this baby in and just see what it does in this default preset.
Later on, I walked down the stairs, met a man in a barroom chair. She was up in her room, blackened in her hair. And he was getting drunk in the early hours of the AM. I could tell that he really didn't care what I thought of him. We had a conversation.
Wowza! Okay, that was pretty freaking cool. That was really cool, actually. That sounded really freaking cool. I don't need that sound for this song, but there's something about it that I really like. There's actually something that sounds kind of like 80s with that. Spacey. That was a thing back then. Let's first, before we start going too far with tweaking everything, let's just pull back the mix, because I've got this directly on the electric guitar channel instead of sending it like this widener. And we'll try that, don't worry, because that's how I kind of like to use things anyways. So let's just see what happens when we pull the mix down just a little bit.
Later on, I walked down the stairs, met a man in a barroom chair. She was up in her room, blackened in her hair. And he was getting drunk in the early hours of the AM. I could tell that he really didn't care what I thought of him. We had a conversation about the revolutions of his time. Drinking life away, taking a toll upon his mind. He came from a simpler place, I can't blame him if he don't want to leave. Whiskey, memories, words, they'll all help him to retrieve that place that he lost so long.
So The thing that I like most about it is how the tail end sounds. It blends so well with this song, and I've got to figure out how to make the sound of it blend with the song, because I just love how that stretches out, how that helps connect everything. Oh, that just sounds so great. I love that. My mind is already thinking of how many cool things you can do with this plugin. Like, bravo, waves. This is cool. I like this. And I like how it looks. I like the interface of it. I like the design of the plugin. This is really cool. You've got a lot of different things you can tweak here. And like I said, I love how the reverb is, how that the tail end of that sounds. So I don't want to like tweak it too much. I guess we could always go back to the default preset. But let's just see what we can do. Like, again, it's right on the track. So, we'll see what it sounds like. In fact, let's just go ahead and do that. Let's just go ahead and drop that in as well. To this one. Yeah. So I'm going to bypass this ozone widener, imager, something like that. So now we've got that on, and let's bypass this one. So now we're down here. Let's pull up our send. Okay, let's check that out. First, I'm going to put it all the way back in the mix.
Later on, I walked down the stairs, met a man in a barroom chair. She was up in her room, blackened in her hair. And he was getting drunk in the early hours of the a.m. I could tell that he really didn't care what I thought of him. We had a conversation about the revolutions of his time. Think drinking life away, taking a toll upon his mind. He came from a simpler place, I can't blame him if he don't want to leave. Whiskey, memories, words, they'll all help him to retrieve that place that he lost so long ago due to modern technology. She came down the stairs, he whispered life's lived better free. She was all dressed. Later on, I walked down the stairs, met a man in a barroom chair. She was up in her room, blackened in her hair. And he was getting drunk in the early hours of the a.m. I could tell that he really didn't care what I thought of him. We had a conversation about the revolutions of his time. Think drinking life away, taking a toll upon his mind. He came from a simpler place, I can't blame him if he don't want to leave. Whiskey, memories, words, they'll all help him to retrieve that place that he lost so.
So, not as cool. There is a little bit of reverb. It doesn't sound as wide to me. It is widening. Don't get me wrong. When I took it out, it sounded pretty narrow. But, I don't know. Just for the video, let's go back and just put it on the actual track here. All right. So let's just play around with this, see what happens, because I think that's where you can benefit the most when trying out new plugins. So let's go ahead and solo it up. We've already heard it in the mix, so let's just solo the guitars up and see what it sounds like. See how it reacts to the plugin. So even with just a little bit mixed in, it goes a long way. Let's go through some of these presets. Vocal. A lot of vocal. So is this really supposed to be for vocals? Oh man, we have too many plugins for vocals. I don't get that. Maybe this is just more for pop. More vocals. A spacey hi-hat. D-writer. Spring throw. That's probably for vocal. So I didn't see any for guitar. So that makes me happy because I'm glad that we're trying it out on something that probably nobody else is going to try it out. And you're just going to get the same old with that. All right, so let's just see what happens with everything. So I guess you can take out individual ones. So let's just do that first. Ugh, that sounds good. I like the chorus. So the chorus is my favorite part of this plugin so far. Okay. Oh, okay, so this is cool. So this will send the chorus into the delay, so I guess you would blend in the effect to the next effect, and then you can blend this into the next effect. And then you can adjust how much of each of the effect is going into the collective sound. Ah. And then, of course, you've got the filters here to help shape that effect, at least on the delay and the reverb. Some more little tweaky things down here. You can offset, modulation. Let's see, this is your pre-delay. There's some more width. All right, so not sure about this. So the rider part is, I guess, it's kind of figuring its own automation. But But does it matter? Like if we set it here. I don't know. I probably don't care for that. That may be something that you will find interesting. You can just go up into their, where do they have this now? Their manual. Yeah. User manual here. I don't care for that. I don't think I'll need it, but I think this is incredible for a guitar effect. I'm sure it sounds neato on vocals. I'm not going to do that because I think that we can get carried away too much with adding crazy vocal effects. And I don't know. There's going to be like hundreds of videos showing you that anyways. So, I'm not going to try to do the same. I think this is great on guitars, and this isn't even mixed in that much. This is great. Like, this is a super cool plugin. Like if you're just like recording some guitars and you don't have any pedals or anything like that, like obviously there's no drive or anything on here, but man, you can get some really cool spacey tones and just filling out everything like that. And it doesn't sound like incredibly modern to me. There's something kind of throwbacky to it, maybe like late 70s 80s with that. I think it works well in this mix. So let's see again with the mix.
Later on, I walked down the stairs, met a man in a barroom chair. She was up in her room, blackened in her hair. And he was getting drunk in the early hours of the AM. I could tell that he really didn't care what I thought of him. We had a conversation about the revolutions of his time. Think drinking life away, taking a toll upon his mind. He came from a simpler place, I can't blame him if he don't want to leave. Whiskey, memories, words, they'll all help him to retrieve that place that he lost so long ago due to modern technology. She came down the stairs, he whispered life's lived better free. She was all dressed up, her hair was done. She said, boy, you coming with me? I say, get to where you're getting pretty, baby, but I'm getting back to Tennessee. And won't you take me down Old Court Alley to where the music once filled that southern shrine? Wake me before you break me, child. All that we are is a waste of time.
That sounds so cool. Oh my goodness. I love it. Space Brighter. Go ahead, check it out. Link is in the description. It's right there. You know, Waves, you'll get some time to demo this, but when you're ready, I know you're going to want to buy it. So go check it out. Try it on all different things, not just vocals. It's going to have a million different benefits, I'm sure. It's really, really neat. All right. Hope you got something out of this video. If you did, go ahead and hit that thumbs up. Really helps me out. Helps in the effort to make more of these educational videos for all of you in your home audio engineering environments, and that you want to get a little bit more sophisticated in your sonic philosophies. And if these are types of videos that you do enjoy, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It's totally free to do that. It's just going to help the channel grow even further. All right, y'all. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time.